What's up, guys? Neil Orfield here to talk a little Sorare NBA for this slate starting on Monday. I'm recording this on Friday the 21st. I believe the next slate starts on Monday. We will talk about that. A little bit hard to know exactly what we can count on as far as teams, games during the period right now. Let me double check that this is actually Monday. Yeah, the 24th. So that would be Monday. While you're coming in, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification button so you can get alerts when our shows go live. So again, this is where we're talking about the slate that's going to be starting on Monday. Today is Friday. The only troubling aspect of this is some of these teams might not be in the playoffs anymore come Monday. We do have Brooklyn at risk of being eliminated. They're down 3-0. Their next game is on Saturday. Atlanta down 2-0. They have games tonight and Sunday, and then the Timberwolves, sadly, in the same situation, down 2-0. If they lose the next two games, they won't have any game during the period, Monday through Wednesday. And actually, the same would apply to the other teams, to the teams leading those series, because if the other games are still going on, other teams that, for example, Denver would be playing in this scenario, if those games are still going on during the period, probably Denver's not playing because their opponent won't be set yet. So it's a little bit tough to plan for right now who is going to be actually playing next week. We can look at the games that are already scheduled for this period, and we've got Bucks and the Heat playing at least one game, Grizzlies, Lakers, Clippers, Suns, Knicks, Cavs. So we do have a number of different teams to choose from that we know the games are actually going to be happening during this period. Let me double check this. So we have the 26th. Warriors Kings. Is that game definitely happening? That game is 2-1. So if Sacramento wins, yep. So the game is definitely happening. So that's good to know. Good to know. We have several teams that we can count on playing, but like these teams, Denver, Minnesota, we can't count on any games during the upcoming period. Same with Boston, Atlanta. Same with the where is it? Philadelphia and Brooklyn. So those games we can't count on any games from those teams, which is a little bit difficult to prepare for right now on Friday. We will of course know by Monday which teams have games, so we can adjust accordingly. If we have, for example, the Timberwolves playing, maybe we want to play some Ant, some Cat, some different players from the Timberwolves, but we will know by Monday what we want to do. But we also won't know necessarily how many games each team is going to have during that period. So something to factor in a little bit. It is actually just a short period. So like right now, this week's contest was a full week. The upcoming contest is just 3 days, Monday through Wednesday. So a little bit of an unknown there, but we'll do our best to prepare for this contest. I'm going to enter a lineup right now, and then I'll figure it out if I need to adjust later on. Should make sure. I don't believe I have any prizes right now. I think I've opened all of my recent prizes, so unfortunately no prize to open right now. Let's see. I'm going to go make a lineup. Limited champion. This is my bread and butter. Here you have a salary cap of 120. And of course, the salary being the player's last 10 average. You can see it on the player card what their last 10 average is, and you have to stay under that cap of 120, with the exception of you do have an MVP spot in this limited champion contest. So it's your MVP does not count against your 120 cap. It's whoever has the highest last 10 average will be automatically your MVP. They're not going to count against your 120 average. So your four remaining players have an average, can have an average last 10 average of 30. Using the word average a lot here. Yeah, so we can stay under that 120 cap for the limited champion. Limited contender, the second type of contest I play the most, cap of 110, but there is no MVP spot. So you have 5 players, have to be an average under 22. We'll start. I'm going to build a limited champion contest. This is, of course, my favorite type of contest. Another difficult thing to talk about now on Friday is Giannis has been he did not practice this morning. There is some doubt about his status. Obviously, if he does play, though, a last 10 average of 48 is going to look really good on Giannis. I'm going to have a lot of interest in that, but really hard to know what to make of Giannis's current situation. I think I just start with Anthony Davis here. Start with Brow. He's got a last 10 average of 55, but he'll be my MVP. Won't count against me at all. Let's see what I can do with this. Maybe I'll have to adjust later on. I'll start with Anthony Davis. I'm going to build under the assumption that Giannis is a go here because he's just going to be so good if he is a go, and he's got a last 10 average of 48. So I'm going to throw him in there. So now we have a remaining last 10 average of 24. Let me see if I can find some value plays that I like here. 24 or under. I could consider playing Torrey Craig. He's been doing really nice, playing really nice recently. The only downside is his last 10 average is a little bit higher than you got the last 10 average of 21 here. And a Koji, I bought an Koji, but I think more for the series after this one. Right now, his last average is still 20. I think it's going to drop because he hasn't been playing as much during the first round, but that's because of the matchup with Kawhi, or at least I think it's because of the matchup with Kawhi. With Kawhi out last night, Okoji ended up playing 21 minutes, so saw a big uptick there. I think that it's possible that he sees more of an uptick in the next series, depending on who the Suns are playing. So I bought this Okoji. Maybe I'll consider play it in one of these contests. But let me see if there's any even better value. Gabe Vincent at 19. Pretty interested with Tyler Harrow out of there now. I'm going to think about playing him. Duncan Robinson, I think, is a great value at 8, last an average of 8 with Harrow out. Duncan Robinson actually started the most recent game for the Heat. I think I'm going to throw him in there, see what else I have left. And then, of course, we've got some TBD guys. We don't know if the Sixers will have a game during this period, same as the Timberwolves. So really hard to plan ahead. Here's hoping the Timberwolves win tonight so they can actually have a game during this period, but no guarantees right now. Trae Young at 35. Man, if I could play Trae Young at 35, even against Boston, I'm probably going to take that. I think I'd be interested in this price tag on Trae Young. Torian Prince, an okay value. Started the last game. Was looking like he was going to play big minutes until he got into some serious foul trouble. So that was kind of a bummer. But Torian Prince, somebody that I think I can play in this series if the Timberwolves do make it past game 4. And then, of course, I have some no longer in the playoffs players here. But I don't think I'm going to go down to these Timberwolves Trae Young yet until we actually know what's going on. So for now, I'm going to throw in some players that we know are going to be playing here. And I think Gabe Vincent the most interesting to me at 19. That's a pretty solid last 10 average. He's a little bit of a boost with no Okoji, or sorry, with no Tyler Harrow. Yeah, I don't see anybody that I like better. Let's see what happens. Let's see who I can play with if I put Vincent in there. Ooh, so now I've got I think that there was, who was it up there? LeBron at 45. Yeah, I can play LeBron and AD together. This looks like a pretty solid lineup to me. I think that this is a lineup that I'm going to go with right now. I'll probably adjust if some of these other teams end up having games in the next period. If I can play some of my Timberwolves, I'm going to have interest in that. But for now, I think this looks like a pretty solid lineup. Will at least be competitive. Obviously, got the 3 stars and Braun, Brow, and Giannis, and then some nice value plays, I think, in Duncan Robinson and Gabe Vincent. So I think that I think this is a pretty strong lineup here. I've also got the correlation Bucks and Heat going against each other. Yeah, I'm going to submit this one. I think it's a solid start. Maybe I'll do one more real quick. See what I have left over for the limited contender. I have to go a little bit more on the value end here. Actually, going to be kind of tough because I just used some of my best value plays. But I think I probably have to want to choose one or the other of Craig or Okoji. I think for this one, I would go with Craig, probably still starting. Kevin Love has seen a little bit of an uptick. Saw some big minutes in one of the games at least already. So at 18, yeah, I'll take a shot on Kevin Love. Of course, if Giannis ends up not playing, Javon Carter becomes more interesting. Although he didn't start the last game, so maybe not as interesting as I thought he might be here. Got a last average of 23 now with those guys in. I don't think I have the best value plays here, to be honest. All right, let's see. What if I go all the way down to Dean Wade? It's not the best play here. He's not playing big minutes in the playoffs, but will allow me to get to some other places. I could play some Harry Barnes. Let's see if I put Harrison Barnes in there. Who could I get to? Yeah, if I get to Ja, I don't hate it. Not nearly as strong as my other lineup, but with the cards that I have right now, I think this looks like a solid enough lineup that has at least some potential. Um, Harrison Barnes, I feel like is a fair price at 24. Do you like not a super strong lineup, to be honest. I think that I don't hate the Torrey Craig at 21 seems fine. Kevin Love at 18. I think there's some meat on that bone. He's got some upside to surpass that. And of course, Ja with the less than average of 36 looks really strong. But overall, it's not a like killer lineup. It's a lineup that could get there. could be competitive. But for now, I'll submit this, and then of course, once we know who's actually playing in the period 424 through 426, I will adjust. Did I mention that if you sign up using the stochastic link, the link in the description of this video, you can get a free card from Sorare if you are a new user. You just buy 5 cards. You use the link in the description of this video to get the stochastic offer. Buy 5 cards on the market. You're going to get a 6th card for free. That will be a limited card numbered to 5,000. And the player is unknown. You could get a superstar here. You could get a LeBron. You could get a Giannis. You can get one of these very valuable cards for free by buying 5 cards on the marketplace. It'll be a 6th card for free and unknown. So very cool. Always fun to open a card that you don't know what it's going to be. So highly recommend. Use the link in the description to get that 6th card for free if you are new to Sorare. I think that's going to do it for this video. I've got no cards to open, nothing else that I got to do here. So hopefully we can find some success on Monday. Hopefully we can. I think I actually am scheduled to do another video on Monday. So by then I will know a little bit more. But for now, I think this is going to be my approach. I'll adjust obviously with injuries, with different teams being included on Monday. I guess what we can look at is how are my teams doing right now. So I've got this team in the limited champion contest right now. That is. It doesn't show it right here. I thought it showed it before. I'm like 36 points out of the money right now. I don't know where to see that now. I think maybe it shows it on my phone, but it's currently not in the money at all. But I think Nickeil Alexander-Walker clearly can put up a bigger score than 11. Towns 29. So I've got some players that are live to put up scores that go well above where they are right now. So I'm hoping that I can get in the money here. And then of course I'm also in the where do I see this? The playoffs right now competition. Yeah, okay. So I'm currently winning 100 credits in this limited champion contest with my current score, 446 out of 8,600. Hoping that I can pick up a few spots there. If Cat can pick it up in one of these remaining games for the Wolves, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, obviously. Trae Young, I think that score of 42. So hoping to move up a little bit in these playoff ranks, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll talk about that on Monday. Hopefully I'll have a prize that I can open during the video on Monday. Anyway, that is going to do it for this video. Good luck this weekend in Sorare. Have a good weekend.